Hello.
Hi YouTube, we're back. It's been a while. Thank you everyone who's been checking on us via Instagram and Facebook, asking us when another video is coming up. Everybody who's commented on our videos asking us when we're coming back. We're back.
Yes, it has been a long time. We actually recorded a video a while ago, but we got wrapped up and couldn't put it on here. So
we never
here
got to uploading it. So
again, trying to do it again.
Yeah, we're back. But a lot's been going on. Parenting is still amazing with this little guy. So much fun, but it's a lot of work.
He has hit the 6 months mark.
He was 6 months on Thursday. Today's Saturday. So he's a little 6-month butterball that's full of energy, just bouncing, jumping.
Thinks he's in his jumper all the time.
He loves it.
And he's always jumping.
Constantly jumping, constantly moving. He's not crawling yet, but
he's trying.
He is scooting around. Like, he gets on his hands and knees and he does the little rocking thing.
So yeah.
And then, well, where we are now, we'll start with him and his development. Like we said, he's not crawling yet, but he's starting. He's been teething. He's got like drool all the time. We usually keep a bib on him. He's got, looks like 2 little teeth at the bottom trying to push through, but they haven't pushed through yet. He chews on everything. Every single thing that he can get his hands on. He chews on his fingers all the time. He chews on toys. He chews on whatever he can get in his mouth. We had to, he's finally to where he can sit in a car, a shopping cart at the store, at the supermarket, or he sits in high chairs if we go out.
We brought him a little thing that you put in the high chair and the cart and stuff, so that way he didn't touch a lot of germs.
Yeah. And then see, he's always chewing on his feet. It's so cute when he puts his feet in his mouth. He
flexible.
He doesn't really talk. He screams everything that he has to say.
He does laugh a lot.
So he laughs a lot, but like, you know, babies babble like mama, mama, whatever. He's like, he screams everything with like such excitement and joy. But it's cute. Anyway, we're sleep training. So because it had gotten to the point to where we weren't getting any sleep. Well, mostly Kirby wasn't getting any sleep because she was waking up with him like all the time, and then we were having to wake up the next morning, go to work, and it was just getting hard.
Yeah, it was draining me out. He would just wake up a lot. So
he sleeps in a bassinet.
He's tossing and turning a lot.
Well, it's not really a bassinet. It's like a pack and play, but it's a smaller version of a pack and play.
It's a travel.
It's a travel pack and play. So he's always been in that since birth, and he sleeps on her side of the bed. So every time he would wake up, she'd get up with him. Well, I didn't hear it.
But most of the time, I also have to feed him anyway.
Well, we when he got to the point to where he was about to get 6 months old, we started reading more into sleep training. And I know a lot of people don't agree with the cried out method. So, you know, this is not anything soliciting anyone's opinion about it. We've made our decision on what to do. We do respect other people's opinions on it, but I just want to preface this by saying we've done our research. We know our child's personality and what works best for our family. So we have chosen a modified cried out.
Yeah, we don't let him go on and on and on.
We've not fully adapted the just walk away and let him scream his head off. We don't do that. But at some point, he does need to learn to fall asleep on his own. We've never been ones to say that we practice attachment parenting or, you know, anything like that. We are attentive to his needs, and we actually do want to empower him to start learning to self-soothe himself. So what we did was we immediately moved the bassinet out of our room, so he sleeps in a separate space than us. And then we try our best to lay him down before he's actually asleep so that he can learn to fall asleep on his own instead of us completely rocking him to sleep, because he got to the point to where he knew we were about to put him to sleep.
Yeah, and he started
screaming and fighting and like bucking and bouncing and doing everything he could to keep from falling asleep. So instead of us trying to like rock him to sleep, we wanted to put him in a position where he knew, okay, this is what tired feels like, and this is what I should do next, is fall asleep. The first like few nights, we started a weekend, so the first few nights was awesome. We looked at his sleep cues. We know his sleep cues by now, what he's gonna do when he's getting tired. And so we took that opportunity to go ahead. He takes a pacifier, so we took the passy and we laid him down. He whined a little bit. We would go like every 3 minutes or so, put the passy back in his mouth, gently pat him. He went on to sleep. The first night he woke up 6 times. We counted it. But each time he woke up, we would just put the passy back in and then soothe him, like pat him, put his blanket back over him, and then let him go back to sleep. After Monday, he did well. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. Monday he goes back to the sitter or the nanny. Monday night was torture. Like, he screamed his head off. He didn't want to lay down. He didn't want, and I think because she rocks him to sleep there at her place, and she doesn't understand what we're trying to do with the sleep training enough to stop doing that at her place, because I guess she doesn't want to hear him cry, or she doesn't agree or whatever. But we're just like, it's kind of like regressing now that he's gone back to her. And like every weekend, like it'll take Friday night to get him back in the habit. By Saturday night, Sunday night, we're good. But then come Monday night, it's like a hassle all over again. So it's just going to be going back and forth.
I think we actually just need to talk to her a bit more. I mean, so she can respect what we're doing. We're paying her, so.
Yeah.
She's our employee, so she should do what we
ask her to do. Yeah.
So we just need to discuss it with her a little bit further. She's not fully, I don't think she's fully understanding of what we're trying to do. So I think it's just going to take a conversation with her.
Yeah. Right. But it seems like maybe she's starting to slack up a little bit.
Yeah, so again, we're going to have to talk to her.
We're going to have to have another conversation.
Well, and then we just had like this little thing with her with, he had a toy that we took over there for sitting, because before, when he started to sit up, she was pretty much laying him on his back all the time. We didn't really want that because he could sit up now. And so we took a toy over there. It's like a little chair with some little things on it, kind of like a bumbo, with some little like little toys around it, because it has like a little tray around it. So we took that over there to her for him, you know, to have something to sit in and play with at the same time. Just something extra to help her out. But then recently she just told us that she didn't feel like that was a safe toy, even though it's a toy for babies. And we didn't want to argue with her, so we were just like, okay, well, we'll just take it back. Because he can still use it here. There's no issue with it that we can see, but she sometimes thinks she knows best, and she'll do whatever she wants sometimes, and it's kind of annoying. But anyway.
But we did tell her, like, well, if you're going to send that toy home with him, we still expect him to sit up because he's a sitter. He no longer needs to be laying flat on his back looking at the little mobile thing. He needs to be sitting up or either on his tummy time, and you need to be attentive and watching him, making sure that he doesn't get into anything that will hurt him. Like, but we've been looking though. Honestly, we've been looking at other.
Yeah, I think that was my whole point.
Yeah,
that's where I was going. I forgot where I was going with that after explaining that. Yeah, we actually have been looking for someone else. I mean, she still loves him. It seems like she's great with him. We were thinking, we kind of felt bad about taking him away because she really loves him, and we might still take him to visit sometimes. But she's not advancing him enough. We don't feel like she's not doing anything really with him. Like, doesn't seem like she's trying to teach him much of anything. Seems like she's just like a glorified babysitter a little bit. So we kind of want to find someone who's going to actually develop him a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, because he's getting at an age where he's more aware of his surroundings. He's more attentive to things that are going on around him. So we want somebody who's at least like introducing ABCs at this point. He's not going to be able to say his ABCs right now. We know that. But just starting to recognize things. Somebody who may teach him to sign eventually. You know, stuff like that, because she's not gonna do that. I know that for sure.
She's not from the United States, so she doesn't speak English very well. So she really couldn't actually get those things to him, I guess, all that well. She is teaching him another language, but
it's not a language that either of us speak. Oh my goodness.
It's not a language that either of us speak, or actually a language that's really used a whole lot
in our community.
Yeah.
Like we knew when we met her that she didn't speak, you know, English fluently as fluently as an American.
We were a little bit fooled. We thought that she spoke it a little better than what she does. So now
she speaks Farsi, and she speaks Farsi to him, which is fine. I'm not opposed to him learning languages. However, he's not going to be able to use that in his home.
The only problem is also we'd like him, you know, since he's spending a lot of time with her, you know, throughout the day while we're working, we'd also like him to you know, hear English so he can learn that, because that's what he's going to need to know primarily. So, and she doesn't speak very much of it, so mostly she's speaking Farsi. So we really want to find someone who can actually communicate English to him and teach him, like, you know, the ABCs and stuff like that. So I'm kind of looking, and really she's not, like I said, developing him all that well anyway. Doesn't seem, she's not really doing anything else. Like, I know he's a baby and he can't like draw and stuff, but she's not really
but like
doing
she
any
don't even sing songs with him or anything, because she doesn't really know any songs or nursery rhymes to sing, so they don't even have sing song time
or no crafts
or circle
or
time
anything
or whatever.
like that. You know, like sometimes the little babies they do little footprints and all those kind of things. You know, we're not getting any of that, so we kind of want to find some place
He's
that
getting sleepy.
We can get him, you know, more advanced. But that's that.
But yeah, so other than that, baby's good. He's getting tired. We don't have to get him to bed soon. We wanted to talk a little bit about our second parent adoption. We had a few questions about it on Facebook and stuff, and so we want to be able to refer people to this video if they, you know, if they have any questions on how it works here in the state of Texas. Like, I don't know about any other state, so I can't speak on that, but here in the state of Texas, we're not allowed to be on a birth certificate, but second parent adoption is allowed. We have a lawyer who's based in Austin. She set us up with a social worker to do our home study, because home study cannot be waived here in the state of Texas. It's something that you have to go through. It's a ton of paperwork. It's a ton of like invasive processes.
I tell you what, we were just a little bit teed off with that process, because that paperwork was really, some of it was just, we felt like a little bit ridiculous. Like, we had to do a lot and give them a lot of our information, and it was kind of, I don't know, just too much maybe. But it
was a little overwhelming, you know. But I will say that this experience has really enriched our lives, because I feel like we're doing something for him and for our family that's important, because the outside world may not feel as, I don't know, they might not feel like our family is as legitimate as we feel it is. So just to have that legal document behind it that solidifies what we've done here, what we've created a life together, and the both of us are parenting him, to have that, and nobody in this earth can take that away from us. I think that that's something that we, you know, we had to have done.
It's really great.
You know, it's great to know that. And then our social worker was an amazing lady. She came through to our house. We had our home study October 10th, which was our anniversary.
6
years. And she came to our house, and we didn't know what to expect. We thought maybe she would just see if we had all the safety measures in place. Yeah, we didn't have a clue.
We didn't know.
She came through our door, sat on her couch, and she stayed there until she left.
And it was actually like 3 hours.
And it was more of a conversation. Like, it wasn't like drilling us, trying to look for, you know, it didn't feel like she was judging us. It felt like she was there to get to know us and to see how our child interacted with us on a more natural level. Not like something that we were being, like she was observing. It wasn't like that. It was like she was just there to feel the vibe in our house, to feel the vibe between the two of us and between the three of us even. And it was amazing. Like, she talked to us for a while.
She asked questions, but it was just like conversing though.
Yeah,
it wasn't like she was just like,
going down
here's some questions, here you go.
Yeah, and she shared personal experiences of hers, her and her. She does have a partner. They've been together like 40-something years, I think she said. Like, they've been together forever. She's a 70-something-year-old woman. And she just like, she came there with so much love for our family already, based on the, because we had to write a 3-page autobiography on each of us. So like, I had to write one, Kirby had to write one.
And we had references that gave us, you know, information.
You could tell.
Who we were.
You could tell she really read our stories, because she was just like,
brought up things.
She would bring up things from our story, like, I remember reading in your story this and this. Can you elaborate on that? Whatever. And like, she, you know, she would put some of her own life experiences and tidbits in there too. So it didn't feel like a home study. It felt like we were sitting down talking to somebody who really wanted to get to know us. And then after that, she added us on Facebook, because she was just like, she loved our family, and I thought that was really sweet, you know?
It was.
So the only thing we're waiting on now is for our background checks to clear.
We have to go get our fingerprinting on Monday, which, I mean, we don't have any worries about it.
Yeah, neither of us have any worries.
We have to do it, so.
So once that clears, then we'll get a court date from the lawyer. And
we're hoping early December.
As late as early December, maybe possibly late November. And then we'll go to court, and then that's it. It's a wrap. It'll be done. he's already got, you know, both of our last names. We chose a hyphenated last name, with my last name being last. So that's something that's already in place. It's just getting that document that says I am his mother as well, and I already know that. Like, he and I have a bond that's beyond words. So I mean, I don't need a paper to solidify
it's
that.
just official, so she can sign documents and everything.
Right,
so we don't have
officially.
any issues. Something happens to me, somebody's not coming in and deciding they want to take him on. Although my family wouldn't do that, but still, just in case, you don't know.
Right. And you know what? One thing is like really crazy, but one thing that we found the hardest in this whole process is finding somebody that would be a suitable godparent. And that's the honest to God.
And
We've got friends, we got family, but to really think of who you
we
would
want somebody to raise our child in the manner that we might, at least close to what we would.
Right.
It's hard.
And then to think of somebody who's up for the task, who's responsible enough to do it. I mean, it's just really hard. Like, it's tough.
It's very tough.
That's been one of the hardest things, and it's brought up a big dialogue between the two of us on what we think are the things that we think are important for him to have in his life, especially if we're not here, something we would want somebody else to pass on to him. So it really did, this process brought up a lot of things for us.
We're still talking about it.
We're still talking about it, but you know, it was very comforting in knowing that we agreed on a whole lot of things when it came down. I mean, of course, we had these conversations before we decided to have a child, but once he's here, you see his personality, some things tend to change. Like, what you think that parenting is going to be like, it can be totally different based on how your child is, what his temperament is like, and how he interacts with you. He's tired. But yeah, so, I mean, we've adapted some of the things we thought parenting was going to be like, just, you know, to cater to his needs and what he likes and what he wants. But this whole process is so enriching. Like, I wish everybody could experience what this feels like, to be a family. Like, Kirby and I were a family before.
Okay.
We were a family before, but he just really makes everything complete.
So it's us and doggies. His little horses.
My mom calls him his little horsies. She keeps telling him to ride the dogs. I'm like, you don't want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, he's tired, so we're gonna wrap it up.
Bath time and then sleeping time.
Yeah, bath and then sleep. We're in the process of looking for a house. If you guys need more updates or want to see more about us, always can follow us on Instagram. I am at 04.23.2014.
And that's not dot spelled out. That's just
that's
the
like
period.
The period. So it's his birthday, 4/23/14, but with a period in between each number. And Kirby.
Kirbs 86. KIRBS 86.
On Instagram, we do a lot of posts of pictures of, mostly my Instagram has not been about me for a while. It's become all about this guy.
Mostly hers, mine too. I don't really post anything else. I mean, we do sometimes post other things, but most of the time it's him.
It's him. And also, I have taken on photography professionally. It's not my main source of income, but I have done some gigs.
You will see a lot of that on there.
And also, I have a photography page on Facebook. It's Kerberica Photography. So you go www.facebook.com/Kerberica Photography. Most of it is him and her, but I do have some pictures of some of my clients.
She's getting a few more clients, so
yeah. And if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, that's where we live. You can hit me up for family photos. I do shoot on location. I don't have a studio space, so I shoot on location. You can hit me up on that Facebook page for any business-related information.
You hit her up. She's pretty good.
Thank you for rocking with us.
Good night.
Hey. Say bye, YouTube. You see the camera? Baby. You see the camera? Say bye-bye.
Anyway, good night, guys.
Good night.
smiling on me. I saw your face, and then I knew we would be friends. I was so afraid, but your